So who is it that buys brand new products? Well, to answer that question, let's start with the consumer adoption process. On the left-hand side here, we have the traditional ADA model: awareness, interest, decision, and adoption. And of course, this is the traditional model of how consumers adopt the use of a product. That is, they become aware of a product, they have interest in a product, they show interest, they decide to try the product, and if they like the product, they end up adopting it. On the right-hand side here, we have what's called the ADTA model, which stands for consumers become aware of the product, they have an interest in the product, they try the product, they evaluate it, and eventually they adopt it. Once again, two very similar models with slightly different processes, both suggesting that this is the way consumers go through the process of evaluating and adopting new products. Factors that affect the adoption of new product: one is the size of the advantage. That is, the bigger the competitive advantage, the quicker and the faster the adoption of a new product. The more compatible the new product is with current lifestyles and experiences, the faster it is that people adopt a new product. That is, a product that doesn't require any new strategies will be adopted and basically just fits their current lifestyle and experiences is easier to adopt than something that requires a complete change of the way the product is used and experienced. The easier it is to communicate the relative advantage, the faster the adoption of a new product. The divisibility, that is, the easier it is to try the new product, the faster the product is adopted. So products that are fairly easy to try, like a brand new breath mint is going to be adopted much quicker than something that is very expensive and hard to allow consumers to try. That, of course, product will be adopted much slower. And the easier it is to use and the less complex the product is, the faster it becomes adopted. So once again, it's the size of the advantage, the compatibility with current lifestyles, the ease to which you can communicate the advantage, the ease of trying the product, and the ease of use that affect the adoption of new products. Here we have the diffusion process. This is the idea that different people are likely to adopt products at different rates. In general, what we find in a product category is that the first 2.5% of the people who adopt a product are called the innovators. The next 13.5% are called early adopters, followed by the early majority, the late majority, and laggards. Of course, the innovators might adopt a product for lots of different reasons, but they tend to be venturesome, highly educated, and use more sources of information. They tend to be innovators for lots of reasons, but mostly they find great value in being a first mover in a new product category. But who are they? Well, there are a handful of demographic trends that your book talks about, the fact is it's very hard to say who the product innovators in a particular category will be. A couple of things that we have found is that being a product innovator in one category does not mean that you'll be a product innovator or more likely to be a product innovator in another category. They tend to be completely separate. So it may turn out that you're an innovator for buying new cell phones, but a laggard when it comes to laptop computers. So it's often very difficult to say who they might be.